All right, what's good? What's good? Yo, I had to get my other controller today, and it's a nightmare. We got Terry in the building. What's good? Terry Reed in the building. What is up? We got a above top view screen today for everybody who needs to see what's going on. So I would like to welcome everybody into the chat right now. This is Club DJ Secrets, the DJConnectLive.com. We don't play when we hop on here. We got to hype it up for everyone joining. Drop in the chat where you guys are tuning in from. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and we stay lit all day, every day. That's what's up. So we about to get into it. So if you guys noticed today, we got Alex K in the building. DJ Alex K touching down from Barrie, Ontario. We don't play in the chat room. All right, so today what we're going to be getting into is how we kind of break down a controller, like everything that a controller can do. And if you guys notice something, today I do not have my Pioneer DDJ 1000 SRT here. I do not have that because we don't need that at all. Like, it's funny, I was scrolling through Facebook today and I saw a post that was really funny. I saw a post of like, there was this CD player, right? And I don't know if you guys know what CD players are, but you put CDs into them and we had to DJ off them. There were no screens, there were no jog wheels, there was nothing at all. The only thing that we had was like a tempo and a play button and a cue button. So we're gonna get into this like quickly, and I guess a great place to start is that play and cue button. What's up? We got Chris Galbraith in the building, New Brunswick in the house. What's up, brother? How you guys doing? So yeah, actually about that, it was like, it's crazy. Like we didn't have. Like, this is luxury. This Pioneer DDJ SX2. I actually had a guy call me out today saying, are we going back in time? Why are you teaching us on a Pioneer DDJ SX2? Like, how ridiculous is this? That's such an old controller. Why are you going to teach us that? Mainly just because, like, this controller, the layout, it's a lot similar to almost all the controllers out there. Like, most people are going to have a setup a lot similar to this. The Pioneer DDJ 1000 SRT, I'm going to say it right here. It's a piece of shit, and I hate it. Pioneer, step your game up. Like, this controller, the 1000 was no good. Like, it's got so many glitches, and it's so overpriced. Like, it's a good controller, don't get me wrong. Like, it works pretty well. It's only got a few, like, it has a few problems with the jog wheel, but overall, it's a decent controller. Alex K is laughing right now. John Devine in the building. What's up, bro? How you doing? How you doing? I am from Barrie. I am from Barrie. I pulled a fast one here and said I wasn't from Barrie, but I am. And we're not playing. We're not playing. But long story short, yeah, like the 1000 SRT, it's a good controller. It works and it does its thing, but it's so overpriced, and like for what it does, it's not that hype. Like, you can do the same thing on every controller. Like, do I need to bust out my my SR too? Like, if I have to bust out my SR and teach you guys on that, like, that's going to show you that the controller does not matter. Like, the controller that you have has no bearing on your skills and how good you can actually become. And don't let your controller, like, hold you back and start thinking that, like, I need this next level controller to get good. That is so far from the truth. Like, these things, just this one here is luxury to me. Like, there's so many functions on here and stuff that, like, back in the day, I wasn't even able to do this. Like, if I was able to queue it up, that was like a win for me. And as I was saying with that other post I saw today about, like, literally just a CD player with a cue button and a play button, and that's what we used to DJ with. Like, there was a tempo, there were no screens, no nothing. Like, all we had was a play and a cue button. Like, people these days are probably, you don't even know what that is. So that's a good place for me to start, is with that cue button. Oh, and if anyone has any questions as we go along, please feel free to throw it in the chat, like any questions. Let me know where you guys are tuned in for. And if you guys can share this stream, that would mean a lot to me because, like, it's COVID time. DJs are struggling. Every DJ in the world needs to start learning this stuff. And, like, if you are struggling with your career, you don't need to be struggling anymore because the DJ Connect is here to hook you guys up. Just because out of the goodness of my heart, that's what I'm saying. For 2021, share this to our DJ fam, smash that thumbs up button, and let's go. I'm going to get into this, and yeah, I'm just going to bust it down, and we're going to start with that play and the Q button. So does anyone even know, like, what these buttons are for? The play button, obviously, it starts your track. Like, your play button starts the track, but what is the Q button for? Like, you'll see a lot of DJs doing this, and I might have to switch my screen over quickly because I can't see what's going on here, unfortunately. But when you use your Q button, you're just picking your point where you want it to start from. Like, normally you would put this like on your downbeat back in the day, and you'll see a lot of DJs, like, they count out with their Q button. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's a good way for you to be, like, counting your beats out. Michael Roberts in the building. What's up, brother? But yeah, like, the Q button is essentially the same as one of these Q buttons, your hot Q buttons. It's the same thing, but back in the day, like, we were lucky just to have a Q button. Now we have hot Q buttons, so it's not as important that we really need to be using that Q button because we have other buttons and other functions for that. But that is what it's actually for. Like, a lot of people don't even know what that Q button is for. And what it's for is to, like, cue yourself up. Like, you put that as your downbeat, your number one. And we've been through this. If you guys are still struggling with that, you need to go back to Beat Matching 101. And let me know if a lot of my videos lately have been a little too advanced for you guys. I did notice, like, a lot of people were dropping off when I started to get into, like, acapellas and remixing. Just let me know what you guys are struggling with, and I can make content specifically for you guys. I had someone reach out and ask me to teach about the controller, so this is what I'm doing. So once you get past your play and your Q button, like, that's simple, that's it. Then you have your hot cues here. So your hot cues are great for, you can go through your track and kind of, like, if there's special parts of a song, like, that you want to just jump to, that's what you would do. We got Manzone in the building. What's up, brother? Joe Manzone checking in. Yeah, so with the hot cues, you can just jump around your track. Like, I have it set here for a clap, then it goes back into the track, and then I have it at the start. So that's how your hot cues function. So the next effect function we have here is called a loop roll. If anyone does not know about a loop rolls are sick, and they're going to make you sound awesome. And what it does is it actually slips inside of the track. So I'm going to play this here. So what it's doing is it's making a very small loop, and this is going to be in your loop settings. Usually, you'll see it right here at the top of my screen. It's looped. Can you? No, actually you can't. But it's looping right now at, like, a one quarter beat, and you can set it to, like, 1/4, 1/16, 1/8, 1/30 seconds, like any time signature number you can set it to, and that's just gonna, like, dictate how big the loop is. So each one of these are a different size. If you look up right now at the waveform, like, that's the smallest one, that's bigger, that one's bigger, that one's bigger, that one's bigger, that one's bigger, and, like, they just get bigger from there. But each one is just a size, and then because it's in slip mode, it's going to go back into the track, like, wherever you were, and catch back up. So you can kind of just play around and do your own thing, and, like, there's also a button right here called slip. I'll show you that right after the loop roll because they're kind of, like, tandem. They do the same kind of function. It's going to slip in and out of the track where it's at right now, and then pick back up. So let's go. It's gonna come back in without vocals. It's kind of hard to, like, really understand the concept of this, but this makes it easy because you can do whatever you want in that little loop roll. You can play around with it, and then you're going to jump back into the track. So that's just kind of like some flavor and some extra. That's going to be your style right there, and it's not going to throw off your track at all. Yo, shout out Raymond Fullerton in the building. Shout out Simeon Margaritas. Ryan Reunion, what is up? Smash the thumbs up right now if you're feeling this. Let me know this makes sense. Britt Bobbitt in the building saying I'm a little loopy right now. Shout out all you guys. Let me know where you guys are from in the chat and smash that thumbs up button. Share this for any DJs who need it. But back into this loop here. Oh, sorry. That's like the same thing. Without the vocals, you can't really tell how it's going to sound, but like you're going to use the exact same process that you use any other kind of like system, like the 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to drop this on the 1, the 2, the 3, the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything is in this time signature because that is the law of music. And like you have to stick by that law. You have to go by the way it's set. Like you don't get to choose and decide how you're going to do that loop roll. You have to keep within the structure and the law of music, and that's the only way that it's going to sound good. If you kind of just try and do it on your own free will, it's going to sound sloppy and it's going to sound off and it's not going to sound good. But the minute you start doing it on time and like when the beat allows you to do it, it's going to sound a lot better. Let me drop this down one more. That one's a little easier. Like that's a smaller loop. I close the loop even smaller, so it's a little easier to like see what's happening here. Oh, we got Chicago in the building, Chi-Town, Peter Cola in the building. What's up, brother? All right, so that's the loop roll, and I'm gonna show you the slip mode. So if you guys see right here, there's a button, and it's going to be on everyone's controller, the slip button. This kind of does the same function where, like, you can go in here, and you can start scratching, and you can do whatever you want to this track, and it's going to come back. So whereas, like, if you turn slip off, I just turned it off. Wherever you drop it, it's going to come back and drop. But if you do it like slip, you pull it back, it's going to go right back into this like the sequence of the track where you were. It's going to push forward and like that's going to allow you, all that does is allow you like the flavor to do whatever you want. If you want to do a trick or something, it's going to give you the ability to do that, and then the track's just going to pick up right where it was before, and you're not going to have to like, you're not going to be scared of like messing up the track and people are going to like stop dancing. It's going to pick up exactly where it was, and that's this button right here. It's called slip mode. All controllers are going to have a slip mode. That's no problem. And I guess the next thing, we're going to keep talking about this platter here. So when you touch the platter, you're in vinyl mode. But if you're trying to beat match and it's a little bit off, let's do that right here. If you rotate around the outside here, what you're doing is something called pitch bending, and it's going to allow you to like catch back up. So it's very slowly moving the track. It's just going faster and slower. Like that's going to slow it down, and that's going to like speed it up. That's called pitch bending. And like if you drop your mix just a little bit off that one beat, like you drop one off a little bit and you're struggling to keep up, all you're going to do is nudge it. You're going to touch the platter and you're just going to nudge it back into sequence. That's like when you're off by like half a beat or even a beat. Like you can catch up even if you're a beat behind. You're going to get there. Celeste in the building. What's good? Yeah, Terry. slip mode on the SB3, the vinyl mode, that's key. Like if you just want to like catch back up to where you were, you can just drop that slip mode and you're never gonna like lose the track. You're always gonna keep it moving, keep it going forward, especially if you're like not comfortable with your scratching skills. You can always just drop like a 1-2 baby scratch and then catch right back up, because if not, you're gonna have to manually be able to keep it like in sequence. This is just like kind of a sync trick. This is like a lot of old DJs are gonna hate on this, but like whatever. It's 2021. Like you got to adapt and start using these. These are all things that we're given to make us sound better. It's 21. You got to use these things and use them to make yourself a better DJ. All right, so next, where are we at? Slicer. I don't know how many of you guys know about Slicer. I'm not a big Slicer. I don't really use it too often, but it is a really cool thing. You can't really see my waveform here, but this is the same as every other effect, every other thing to do with music. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's follow this here. This is our one. This is going to be the downbeat, and what it's doing, what the slicer is doing, is it's breaking this bar down into 8 different beats. So within those 8 beats, you're going to play the sound from that beat, like that 1, 2, 3, or 4. You're just going to pick that back up and kind of slice it and drop it in here and there. So let's run that. You can watch here. This, like, if you're having problems beat matching and counting, this is a great way to help you count and keep yourself on time, because this is automatically beat matching for you. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I'm trying to watch my screen instead of watching this. That's terrible. Let's keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if anyone is still having problems like counting beats out, this right here, the slicer, it's gonna do it for you. Like secret hack. If anyone's having a problem, beep beep, like big alert right here. This is a big alert for anyone who's still struggling. This is gonna do it for you. Super secret trick right there. Ryan Reunion. Reno Flores in the building. What's good? What's good? Reno Flores been doing that since 86. I was born in 86. I don't even know what that's like. You're clearly the man out here. What's up, Reno Flores? We got Jerome Miller in the building. Make sure you guys are slamming that thumbs up button. Oh, yeah, I know Terry likes that trick that I just dropped right there. Like, I'm going to say this one more time, and I'm not going to say this again for anyone who's not in the private group. And make sure you guys check out the DJConnect.com. If you guys want to join the private group, the price just keeps going up. We're up to $23 a month. Price is probably going to go up in a month right now. So make sure you check out the DJConnect.com and get in. You're going to be greeted with bonuses upon bonuses. I do not take this lightly. Like, I love teaching you guys. I love DJing. And if you just want to learn some passion, come check us out. We are the family on the internet, and that's what's up, the DJConnect.com. But I'm going to go back to this slicer one more time, and I'm going to use it. But what I just said there should be like a huge bomb dropped for everyone. If you are struggling with beat matching, the slicer is going to teach you how to beat match. Like, it's just going to teach you how to do it. So let's go one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once you start hitting the slicer, I'm not a big fan of it because it's kind of janky. I don't like it, but if you can get really good at it, you can make it sound really cool. So what it's going to do is it's going to pull out that beat. Like whatever that beat is, like that sound, it's going to hit that when you hit that. So instead of playing the sound it's supposed to be, it's going to input what it is. So if you can get good at this, like you spend a lot of time on this, you can actually make it sound really cool. So let's see what I can pull off right here. No, I'm terrible at I'm terrible at that. I'm not even going to try it. That's not my skill set. But it is something. Like, if you can make that sound good and you can really work at it, it's going to pay you dividends in the end. But, like, if at the worst thing, you just learn how to beat match using this, you're going to be so far ahead here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's like the biggest hint ever. I'm never telling you guys that again. That's like a golden key right there. Yeah, okay, so Reynolds said a big thing right here. Slicer is effective provided your beat grid is accurate. If you guys can see what's going on here, my beat grid on this is not accurate. It's actually saying that the second beat is my first, like, my downbeat it's saying it's the second one, so it's kind of shifting the whole beat grid around, and that's messing it up, which is happening right here. So I could try a different track, but I don't even care to really get into it. I've showed you what you need to know, and that's about it. We got Skits in the building, Paul Chonko Sr. in the building, Earl Howman in the building. What is up, family? Yo, shout out where you guys are from in the chat. Let me know where you guys are tuned in from. Share this to any DJs who might need help. Just let them know, because this is for you guys right now. During COVID, it sucks, and I just want to help out the DJ fams. Yeah, exactly, Terry. Like, my beat grid is off right now, so it's actually showing it incorrectly, and, like, that's probably not a great way for me to show you guys what's going on, but, like, it is what it is, and you understand how it works. So once you use, like, a properly analyzed track, it's going to teach you really, like, realistically how to beat match, like, so simply. Oh, Kirk Tuckett in the building. Earl Howman tuning in from South Carolina. I'll show you guys after how to check your beat grid. That's no worries. As long as you got the point across. Exactly, bro. Like, I got the point across, but the beat grid's messed up. Sorry to anyone who doesn't understand that. It's a little out of sequence, and it shouldn't be doing that realistically, but it is, and I'm sorry in advance. I don't really prep for these videos at all, but that's okay. Actually, I'm going to be back in 1 second. I'm going to change the track up. Let's try this one more time with the slicer. And it's not even analyzed, so I am the worst teacher right now. Sorry, guys. Next, we got the sampler. Everyone should know about the sampler. This is what I'm using right now. You load your sound effects in here. You set them up and forget them. We got Javon Tucker in the building. What's good? What's good? Javon is the man. Michael Super Duty Felder in the building. What's up? South Carolina in the building. What's up, fam? I wish I had like a good track that I could show you how to use, because this is not working out well. And I think I just like froze my Serato. So we're just going to leave Serato at that. Sorry, guys. Next, we're going to get into like sound effects. So this is all your sound effects here. This top row. With the 1000 SRT, they got rid of all these knobs, which I found to be like, that was a really bad thing. Where I get my samples from, I've had them for a long time. Hint, hint, if you're part of the DJConnect.com, you got special privileges. So just putting that out there, lots of bonuses for members. But I've been building my sample collection over my whole life. Just go on websites, like look up samples. Vengeance sound packs, those are very good. Look for like sound packs. They're all over the internet. Jive Fresh from Chi-Town in the building. What's good? But yeah, that's the whole sampler. all you have to do is get good sound effects, and then you bank them in your sound bank. That's like straightforward. If anyone has any problems with that, just let me know, but it's super straightforward. Next, we're getting into the sound effects up here, and this is something we lost on the 1000 SRT that I feel like was a terrible mistake. They put them by themselves in here, and I'm always turning them on and off by accident and messing up my mixes, just because it's like right here by my finger, and like the second something touches it, I'm gonna enable those sound effects, and it's not the best, but with these, it's awesome. So you have to enable them and disable them. So that's this button here, and this is almost the same on all controllers. This is why I chose this controller to teach you guys with, because this is going to be the most similar to everything you guys have. So let's try this out. When it's off, it's just off, but you're turning them on and off. And it's kind of the same way. Like, everything goes back to your BPM. You don't want to be putting in sound effects and doing stuff off beat, because the ear is just going to know that. Like, people might not know that, but the ear knows that. It's just like, it's a law. Like, it's a musical law. Everything has to be tuned in. This one here, that's a cool little effect. I think that one's called like the tremolo, but all it's doing is doing a transformer effect, really, and it's turning the sound on and off. And this is actually a scratch technique that you're gonna learn once you start getting into your scratching journey. So that's actually the transformer scratch. This kind of just does it for you. And these are all effects that come with Serato. So like, you guys are gonna have this. If you use Serato, it's in there for you guys. Yeah, it's like an actual course, and you shoot me a DM, bro. Ryan, just shoot me a text message and I'll let you know. It's like, it's a mastermind. I don't know if you know that term yet, but it's like, that's a bunch of guys getting together, trying to push each other's business to the next level. Like, and it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it within 30 days, get your money back and get out of here. No worries. I will not feel bad. Don't worry about it. Just shoot me a message after this. But like, this is live, so it's a little more engaging and like to the point. And these are just sound effects. You're going to have all of these in your library, and it's just how we use them up here. This knob right here, this is like the spacer, how long you want it to be. You want it to be a small one, big one, loop. The size of it, you change that here. And that's the same on this side, same as on this side. Okay, so this side that I have over here, this is more of like getting out of tracks. If you ever just have to get out of a song and a song's not hitting, it's not a good song, like you want to move to another genre, spin this on. Just leave some air and you're out of there. Like, you can play anything at that point. You just come in on this one. These sound effects, it depends which one you have on there. I had a flanger on here. These are more just like usable sound effects. But these effects that I have over here, these are ones that are going to help you like get out of bad mixes and stuff. So I'll show you the next one. I'm not going to show you all the sound effects. I'm just going through each knob. So this is the same way. This is going to get you out of a bad mix. Like, if you're playing a bad track and you just want to get out of there, I think this one's called the pan echo. And that's just like how you would get out of a song or a bad something, or if you had to like get on the mic and do an announcement, that's a way, and then you just bring it right back in. And I got one more here. Let's see what's there. And it's just it's just an echo. So like, these are ways that you can get out of any mix, any bad mix. You can just get out of it. And you're just fading out. Like, these effects, they should just be ways that you can like get yourself out of bad situations or add some flair to your sets. Each sound effect, eventually, like I don't shift around sound effects too often. I use the same 4 sound effects all the time. You can swap around, but you're going to find some that you like and the way that really works with your style. It's not a big deal which you're using, but that's about it. On the effects, I don't know what else to get in here. Shift, I don't know how many of you guys know there's a shift button here, but like you can set up different loops and stuff. What else are we missing here? If anyone has any questions, please let me know so I can answer those. There's not too much else that you have to really get in here. There's not too much. Like, everyone knows what a tempo thing is. Yo, shout out, Renault. Shout out for showing up, bro. Enough respect. Yeah, I don't know what else there is to go over. Like, we got auto loops here. That's all kind of the same thing. Like, you can open your loops up. This little section right here, if you can see that, you can turn a loop on and off. You can change the size of your loop. Let me get a better spot here. And like, hopefully, as I do these, you're gonna see a lot of pro DJs that you've seen do these tricks, and you might wonder how they're doing them. They're so simple, but like the key to them is doing them on beat, keeping it in that 1, 2, 3, 4 formation. Like, that is everything. Once you can finally start dropping things 1, 2, 3, 4, you're gonna become a much better DJ. I'm just going to check the comments here. If anyone has any last questions, please let me know, and I'll get to them right now. For anyone else, I'm just looking over my controller, seeing if there's anything I'm missing, but I don't think so. Obviously, you can record. You can start and stop your recording session. This is your tempo fader. Key lock is amazing. Like, if you use Serato, you're already winning because you have key lock, and their pitch and time program is miles ahead of like virtual DJ or anything else. Nobody's pitch and time is as good as that. So I'll show you right now like what pitch and time is gonna do for you. This is +8. That's with key lock off. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but there's such a clear difference in the pitch. Like, when you turn pitch and time on and key lock on, you're going to be able to do a lot different kind of mixes that nobody else can do, and they sound so clean. It's going to be hard probably to hear this on this video, but there's a very clear distinction. Anyways, yeah, that's all I really got to do on here. There's not much to get into this. Oh yeah, if you remapped the auto loop, like, you're killing it. My buddy did a lot of remapping with the SRT. It's just not something I cared to fix. I'm just mad at it, and I don't want to fix it. But as long as you can remap it and get it all sounding nice, that's all there is to it. And like, all I wanted to say before is, like, it doesn't matter what controller you have. Back in the day, we did not have any of these functions. The worst controller of these days is still better indefinitely than any controller that I had back in my day. Like, any CD player that I had back in the day, any controller is better than it was, like, the best one that I had. Quick review of trim. Oh yeah, what am I talking? How did I miss this? Okay, so this is our EQ here. I don't know how I missed this, but we're gonna go through the trim, all of this stuff here. So at the top here, your instant doubles, your load is if you were manually loading tracks in and out. This is what you would be using. But essentially, all the mid and trim stuff. So let's play this out here. Still got my sound effect on. So with the low, if you guys can see that, what you're doing here is removing the bass. When this is really important, like when you're gonna want to be removing the bass, is when you're like in a mix. Like you have another track ready to come in, which I don't have. Unfortunately, I've been getting blocked from Facebook, so I don't want to be using like real tracks right now. All that's doing is getting rid of the bottom end. So when you're bringing in another track, you're gonna want more of that bottom end in there. The mid is like the middle of the track. So like your claps and your hi-hats and your vocals, that's kind of part of it. That's more in the top end. I'll see if I can do one mix here, and then if I get kicked off, I get kicked off. That's no problem. Yo, shout out Mike Harden in the building. What's up, brother? Yo, Chris started on a Newmark DJ to go. Like, it doesn't matter where you start as long as you start. As long as you get your foot in there and you try and make this happen, it's not that difficult. Any kind of tech, the cheapest kind of tech you can get right now is still infinitely better than anything I ever learned on. Do not let the tech stop you. Don't think you have to go out there and spend $2,500 to get the best controller. The controller does not matter. Like, it does not matter. It's not going to hold you back or make you a better DJ at all. Like, the skills are the skills. They have nothing to do with the controller at all. But back to it. The middle is like the middle. Like, usually when I'm mixing tracks, I'm going to be dropping out the bass when I have a new one coming in, raising up the mids a bit because that's bringing out the vocals, and then I'm using like the beat of the new track. It's covering all of that space, like the space in the music. There's only so much space. Like this gets into a lot of production, and I don't want to like trip people up because it's hard to explain. But there's only so much sound that you can put into like a beat, or so much sound that you can really put into this area. Once you put too much in, it gets all mushy. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to get rid of like the beat from the other one and just have the vocals of that track while you have that new track coming in, if that makes sense. This gets really advanced, and I don't know if I'm explaining it right. That would definitely be like a DJ Connect private members video for me to really break it down, and like I have to be doing mixes and show you how it works. But realistically, like the low is the bass. That's like the bottom of your track. The highs are really like your vocals, and the mids are like the middle of the song, like the instruments and stuff. Cody McCallum in the building. Sarah Finesse in the building. $400 hammer does the same as a $5 one. Michael Roberts just dropped a bomb. That's what it is. Like, all these are tools, and like the more expensive they get, they might be a little nicer, but they're not going to make the DJ. It doesn't matter what controller you have. But yeah, if anyone has any last minute questions, just throw it in here. We got Daniel Marr in the building. What's up? What's up? Shout out to Daniel Marr right now. I'm just looking over here. If anyone has any last minute questions, please throw them in the chat. But I think I've got it all. Like, EQ is stuff you're only going to want to start messing with this when you're advanced and you understand beat matching. Do not get stuck on these like knobs and stuff. The minute you get stuck on these, you're not going to progress in the things you need to be progressing in. Like, you need to be working with instrumentals if you need to learn how to beat match. You don't want to have vocals. You want to make it as simple as possible for you to be able to like to learn this stuff. The minute you're trying to use the equalizer and you're trying to change stuff, how is that helping you progress in beat matching? You want to chunk these things down so you're only learning one thing at a time. You don't want to learn 10 things at the same time. That's gonna cause confusion. And the minute you confuse yourself, you're gonna lose yourself. DJ Collie Handsome Brown in the building. What's up? We got DJ, your boy Eric Nice in the building. What's up, brother? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, if anyone's got any like last minute questions, just let me know. I'm just trying to drop some knowledge here, and like the knowledge I really want to get across is it does not matter which controller you have. Like a $500 hammer does the same job as a $5 hammer, like Michael Roberts said. All of these things are just fancy knobs and stuff, like sound effects and stuff that you can use to make yourself sound better. But when I grew up as a DJ, we did not have any of this. We did not have computers. We did not have waveforms. We did not have anything. We had 2 CDs and a CD player. Like, do not get caught up and don't let this stuff hold you back. We want to make this stuff as simple as possible. If you want to learn how to beat match, take 2 instrumentals, and if anything, use the same beats. Like, use 2 of the same beats, because if they're the exact same, they should match, right? Like, 2 of the same songs should match with each other. Don't go any further than that. Like, just learn how to match those beats up. And then after that, you're going to start learning how to mix. And then after that, you're going to learn how to use EQs. I wanted to break it down, definitely teach you which part did each. Terry's saying she's already confused. I'm sorry. Reynolds Flores just said it, the bomb of all bombs. The controller doesn't matter as long as you rock it. So that's what we do. Like, if you guys are having troubles rocking your controller, make sure you join the djconnect.com or join the private group, the Facebook group, the DJ Connect. I'll teach you exactly what you need to know, and I'm going to teach you in a different way than probably a lot of people are trying to teach you. You want to learn in the easiest way possible. The more stuff you add to your laundry list of to-dos, it's just going to make it harder and harder and harder. So if anyone has any more controller questions, throw it in here. If not, I'm going to hop off shortly. You're set in what you pick. Yeah, and being patient. Yeah, it's going to take a long time to learn this stuff, but like the only way it's going to be quicker is if you do it the right way and you do it properly. Like, if you do it properly, you do it easy. The minute you make it harder on yourself and you just make it harder and harder and harder, it's just going to make your journey so much further. So what I try and do at the DJ Connect is simplify things so that it's so easy, and just follow these simple steps. Follow these 5-step process to get you from where you are now to where you want to go. Let's go, fam. The DJConnect.com. That's it. Every Wednesday, 2 p.m., we do this, either in the DJ Connect Facebook group or on my private page. Practice, practice, practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those should be the only words in your vocabulary until you know how to mix 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. Stick with that. And as I showed you guys today, that slicer, the slicer is going to teach you how to beat match.
What you so mad at now?
I'm going to do it over here. Let's get back to the slicer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I'm hitting them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Daniel Marr, what's good? What's good? We going to shut this down. My controller, DJ 1000, is not connected. What do you mean by that? Like, I use the 1000 SRT as well. What do you mean it's not connected to your pad? Like a separate MIDI pad? Yeah, bro, just shoot me a DM. I'm going to hop off here right now. Shoot me a DM, and I'll figure out what's going on for you.